Welcome back to The Comic Educator, the channel where we dive into comic book history, forgotten heroes, and the wildest characters ever created. Today we're talking about one of the most 90s comic book characters DC ever introduced, Gunfire. Yes, Gunfire. Even the name sounds like it should arrive with explosions, electric guitars, and somebody yelling in slow motion. Gunfire first appeared in Deathstroke the Terminator issue number 17 in 1993, before getting his own solo series in 1994. That alone tells you DC believed this guy had potential. They looked at him and said, yes, this is our future. His real name is Andrew Van Horn, which sounds less like a superhero and more like a guy who owns 3 motorcycles. Andrew had one of the more unique powers in comics. He could touch objects and convert them into projectile weapons. That means almost anything around him could become ammo. A pencil? Dangerous. A spoon? Dangerous. A couch? Somehow also dangerous. Imagine being a villain and seeing this guy walk into a room full of office supplies. You're done. Now, like many comic characters, Andrew's powers came with tragedy. When his abilities first appeared, he accidentally caused the death of his father. That guilt became a major part of who he was. So while Gunfire looked like a loud action hero, underneath it all, he was dealing with trauma, fear, and learning how to control dangerous powers. That actually gave the character more depth than people might expect. A lot of 90s characters get laughed at because of extreme names, armor, giant shoulder pads, and enough attitude to power a city block. But some of them had real emotional stories, and Gunfire was one of them. His early stories tied him to Deathstroke, which is a pretty rough mentorship program. Imagine going to Deathstroke for life advice. Slade, I'm struggling emotionally. Have you tried punching a wall? Not exactly a licensed therapist. Gunfire eventually got his own comic series in 1994. The book focused on Andrew trying to become a hero while dealing with his past and figuring out how to use his powers responsibly. And because his powers use the environment, fights could be really creative. Warehouse battle? Every crate is a missile. Kitchen fight? The forks are now terrifying. Toy store battle? Absolute chaos. That's one thing I like about Gunfire. He wasn't just another strong guy punching people. Writers could use imagination with his abilities. He also wasn't invincible, which made things more interesting. He had to think fast, stay in control, and be careful. That creates tension, because if you lose control with super strength, that's bad. If Gunfire loses control, suddenly the furniture is attacking everyone. Now visually, Gunfire looked exactly like a 90s hero should. Armor details, sharp edges, serious expression, the kind of look that says, I have never once laughed. He looked like he entered every room through smoke and dramatic lighting. Was it over the top? Absolutely. Was it glorious? Also yes. Now Gunfire never became a major DC superstar. He's not Batman. He's not Superman. He's not even the first person you think of when someone says DC hero from the 90s. But that's what makes characters like this fun to talk about. Comic history is filled with heroes who had cool ideas but never got the spotlight long term. Gunfire is one of those hidden gems. He represents a time when comics were taking chances, trying wild concepts, and creating characters with maximum energy. Sometimes those ideas became legends, sometimes they became weird trivia, and sometimes they became Gunfire. Honestly, once you hear about a hero who can turn random objects into bullets, you don't forget it. You may raise an eyebrow, you may ask questions, you may wonder if anyone tested this power near a grocery store, but you remember it, and that matters. I think Gunfire could actually work today with a modern relaunch. Keep the emotional backstory, keep the environmental weapon powers, update the costume a little, maybe keep the name because changing Gunfire would be cowardice. Imagine a new comic where he uses strategy, creative combat, and struggles with responsibility. That could be great. At the end of the day, Gunfire is a reminder that comics should be fun, weird, creative, and sometimes just a little ridiculous. Not every character has to become an icon to be worth remembering. Some characters exist to capture a moment in time, and Gunfire captured the 90s perfectly. Loud, extreme, complicated, and ready to launch a stapler through a wall. Thanks for hanging out with me here on The Comic Educator. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and check out more videos on forgotten heroes, bizarre villains, and comic book history. Drop a comment and let me know what underrated 90s character I should cover next. Until next time, keep reading, keep collecting, and keep being awesome.